Good boys. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's good, Mad Scientist? What's good, Donatello? June, what's up? BG, what's up, brother? Michael, what's up, man? FX, what's up? Good boys. Hmm. Sign into the broker here. Bitcoin's down, huh? Bitcoin's pretty down. Shut down, hell no. Is it like confirmed? Thank you for the trades yesterday. Shit, I mean, you're welcome, I guess. Today news got removed. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it was only Jolt's job openings. Wasn't most important. As long as CPI stays there, I don't care what gets removed. They can even take out NFP. Wait, NFP is tomorrow now? No, no, it's still Friday, brother. That's just the pre-NFP. Oh shit. You're right, they removed NFP. That's like the pre-number tomorrow. That's not the real shit. They be doing stuff, I guess. Damn. Okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll just have to play it by ear, I guess. A God-fearing man. No, I don't fear, but I believe. Like I fear. Like, what do you mean fear? New monthly PO3 was good, Rizzy. You're either Rizzy and you're my Rizzy in chat, right? You have 47-1. Gooby, I think you took a break. I ain't gonna lie. I think you were consistent from like 80 to like 110, and then a little bit in the twos, but you skipped over 250 to 400, brother. Yeah, sitting under all-time high. Yeah, it's right there today. Good morning. Good morning, Valentino. The Asian lows before reversal. No, I'm gonna wait for the long. What's up, Gooby? Bullish today. Yeah, we'll go over the game plan. It's gonna be quite simple. Higher time frame is bullish. I don't want to be a short seller today. So what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna wait for the market to go lower and offer me a high probability long. I think all of these levels can be taken today. It can go all the way down if it wants. I'll still be bullish. So my game plan. I'm not gonna take the short. Um, unless we get a really A plus. If we like come up higher, 15-minute gap, strong protraction short. Okay, that one I'll take short towards low of day here. Maybe the 4 hour gap runner. But that's like the only way I'm gonna take a short today. Otherwise, I just want to wait for the long. And I realistically, I just want to wait for the long. Like, I don't want to be a short seller at all. Um, so that's the game plan. I don't want to be a short seller today. I can see lower discount for a draw. Yeah, I definitely think it can go all the way down here. It could go all the way here if it wanted to, really. And in which case, if it goes here, then I'm not going to be a participant. Um, probably in today's market. But again, I'm simply just looking for a high probability long. Right, that's my game plan. So the S&P chart opened up. Probably going to execute that. Did I backtest February? Of course. Couple questions that. You're talking about all-time high NASDAQ or ES? I think ES can maybe get there today. This is the 50-minute chart, but we're going to drop down now. Getting sort of trend here. We're going to take out the sell side, and then we'll see what happens after that. We don't have to go lower, by the way. Like, if we get a setup from here, say market opens, we get something like this, I'll take a long. Longs or shorts? I'm going to wait for longs today, although I do think we're going to go a little bit lower. Trade only in cute. I have S&P chart over today from the survey. Oh, what's good, brother? Waiting for data. I think they were not releasing the data, right? If I use your code on TBT, yes, no activation fee and 40% off. That is correct. And make sure you do use a code with TPT because they will charge you activation fee unless you use a code. So just double check, triple, quadruple check. The last thing you want to do is pass a TPT account and then have to pay activation fee on it. Eddie, what's your opinion on trade copy that lets you lead from Project X or Trade of 8 as followers? It doesn't matter. All the same. The one I use doesn't, but it doesn't really matter to me. I actually like the Trade of 8 execution because you just have to click on screen and it's like it's really quick. It's really quick. Can you write the game plan on the chart? I can't hear you. That's the game plan. 40% the biggest discount on GPT so far. Yeah, I don't think they'll do a lower one. It's already that account type that has daily payouts, with no activation fee and the eBO's a little bit like longer. They're all around $100, no activation fee. So I don't see. Damn. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's the game plan. I'm on the S&P. Probably gonna be trading that for. If I'm trading top step and alpha, how do I do that with trade scale? You actually can't. Wait, I'm also not using alpha on trade scale because they're gonna remove Project X um in like 20 days or 15 days or something. So I'm just gonna add it once they switch. It'll be a lot easier then. The thing is, if you want to copy trade Top Step, you have to buy another separate thing, which is around $30 a month. So I mean, obviously, it's not that much, but for some people who don't want to pay the extra subscription, if you want to copy trade with Top Step, you have to pay an extra fee for the Top Step access. You know, so. Oh, you just mean data in terms of candles. What's up? Yeah, I got you. Is it a new edition? What do you mean, is it a new edition? It's what a new edition? Hey, Gatie, what's up, brother? Entered 705 long and price closed from entry. What do I do, Gatie? I forgot to set TP. Entered 705 long and price closed below my entry. You forgot to set TP. You mean SL? You close the trade. Or you risk the entire account on an intraday reversal. Topstep payment for copy trading, new edition. No, you can copy trade on Topstep platform. But if you want to copy trade Topstep with other accounts, then you need to pay. That's not new. It's always been like that. Like you have to pay for access on the API. You think Topstep is still good for payouts? I know you say Alpha is the best, but would you say Topstep is still good? Topstep's good, bro. I use Topstep, but I listen. Lucid Flex is just a better version of Topstep. Like without a doubt, without a question, it's just the better firm. There are better options out there than Topstep now. So I wouldn't recommend Topstep to anyone unless they want to make a change. Like you have to think about it like this. Alpha's my number one personally. It's just the easiest payouts for me. But Topstep, like when firms are making new account types, they're not stupid. Like they're not gonna make an account that's worse. They're gonna make an account that's better, right? And that's what they did. Everyone is comparing themselves to Topstep because they were the beast for 10 years. They made changes, and now they made literally Topstep accounts just a little bit better and cheaper. And Topstep did nothing. Topstep hasn't changed. FTMO's the Forex beast, yeah. Yeah, you need to try gold and silver. It's actually so predictable and way better price action. Just caught an 8R. Well, I wouldn't trade pre-market anyways, but maybe in Asia, it would align with my Asia model potentially. Did you see the new FTMO prop firm? No, I didn't, but I'm sure it's probably good. Do you still need buffer for Lucid? You don't need buffer, but it's like the other firms, right? Alpha's the only firm where like you don't need a buffer and you don't get penalized. You don't need a buffer. So if you just want to get a payout and then whatever happens happens, you can do that with Lucid, right? But if you request all the money you make, then your account gets breached. So same as every other firm. But yeah, Topstep's a good firm. I'm using Topstep. I just got 4 Topstep payouts. Should have been 5, but I accidentally forgot to copy trade one of the accounts one day. You trading ES or NQ? Probably ES today, but we'll see. You go up at 8 a.m. Eastern time on gold. So yeah, no, I would only be able. I'm only gonna trade after 9:30, or I only really care about the regular trading hours session. Can you trade silver? Yeah, my model works on silver too. I've backtested gold. I haven't backtested silver, but if it moves like gold, so it's gonna work on there as well. I don't see why it wouldn't. Can we pass off futures challenge with CPI? The zero count, yes. I mean, you can, yeah. Like the zero one, you can go CPI. If you want to do the standard, you can only do half of the amount, so 1,500 on CPI. So it'll help. Lucid Flex max payout is 2K while Topstep is 5K, and you have the same rules pretty much. Yeah. Except, is it request 50% of what you make? I thought Alpha Zero has hold through news rule. That's for funded account. He's talking about eval. Perfect game plan? Yeah. We've had this game plan many times. Nothing new. Just had to be patient. Why does it say the government is shut down? Because it is. You think 117 is a good target for NQ? 117? What do you mean 117? 26 117? What do you mean 117, bro? Where is 26 117? Yeah. Like for today? Like 2650 is like the most you can really ask for, but 117. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not possible. I think it's very possible. If we do get a reversal, then I think it's likely, yeah. All right, market opens in 30 seconds. Let's mark out the opening range gap. Yesterday we got a pretty rare occurrence. We had a 20-point gap on the S&P, and we filled it within 5 minutes. Very rare, very strong sign that we're bullish, by the way. We're gonna have a discount gap, right? Closed, opened. What's the gap size on that? Points. Yeah, so we don't want to fade a gap fill. That's for sure. Do not want to fade a gap fill today. Hopefully we get it early. Nasdaq took sell side. Hopefully we get gap fill early. But yeah, I do not want to fade a gap fill on ES today. So we're going to be patient for the sell side to be taken because just statistically speaking, a 5-point gap has a really good chance of being. Oh, that's how we're moving, huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to fade the gap fill. 5-point gap. Five-point gap, 92% chance to be filled by end of day. Now, it only has an 80% chance to be filled by first 30 minutes, but it jumps to like 85 by the first hour. So I don't want to fade that at all. I may even want to short this, really, if they're going to give me a statistic. There's an 80% chance that we fill this gap. So if we get like any confirmation here, I'll short. Like 30-second inversion, I'll short that. I mean, we're working on an 85% model here pretty much. I'll short that gap fill. Let's see. I'm going to try this short. I clicked the button. I don't know if it went through or not, but I clicked it. I'm going to short. Gap fills at 7004. Pretty low risk to reward trade, but I mean we can look for a low of day potentially at 7002. I don't know why the short didn't go through here. I'm looking for something like this, but we'll manage. This is a too high probability gap fill scenario. 5-point gap. There's an 80% chance we fill that in the first 30 minutes. Oh, there it is. I told you guys I clicked the button. Yo, what is this laggy shit, bro? This shit is awful, man. This shit is awful. This shit is literally awful. It's literally fully frozen. What is this? We're in regular trading hours? Cancel. Okay. One ticks. Okay, so we're in 4 micro contract short. My stop is at the top of the inversion, and I'm looking for 100. Okay, there's gap fill. I'm gonna go break even on but what am I saying right now? I'm gonna go break even on the gap fill and just target low of day. This is a pretty small trade. Oh, hit us. Yo, this is the most sloppy. There's gap fill right there. That's the model. That's the classic model. This shit is. Anyways, we got hit out break even. So. Oh my trading view. I said there was one scenario in which I would go short, and that's if we get a move up at 9:30 and I can target the gap fill. I will take that short every time. Guys, that short had an 85% chance of playing. 85% chance. I'm taking that every time. It's a small trade though. It was a small trade, but oh, so we did hit. Okay, so the TP hit. Great, TP hit. You don't want to fade that gap fill, guys. You do not. You really do not want to fade that gap fill. The probability is way too high. Probability is way too high. Look at the bodies. Stop right there too. How clean is that? It's a perfect. That's a 5 point gap. 80% chance we fill it in the first 30 minutes. So that's basically an 80% win rate if you ask me. I mean, the thing is I wasn't able to calculate my risk effectively and fast enough. I didn't really capitalize really, but no, not new day opening gap, opening range gap. Take a low of day, now we wait for a potential reversal. Like I can calculate that. Darshim saying there's no shorts. No, you just weren't listening correctly. I said there was one scenario in which I would look for a short, and if that is 9:30 moved higher, and I can target the low in the first 30 minutes, I would take that short. Otherwise, I'm waiting for long. And if the market continues lower, I don't care. And also, plans change. There's really no point in making such a comment like that. If I'm gonna see an 80% win rate model, if you want to call it that. Now, obviously, there's more than just semantics. You could even argue it's higher. You could obviously argue it's lower. I'm gonna take that every time. Taking that every single time. Nasdaq touches the 4-hour gap. ES takes London low. No clear structure here yet, though. There's no 10 a.m. news. It's a classic model short targeting gap fill. 45 now. There's not really any important news today. There's nothing important. Now that we filled the gap, I want to see us break higher. No jolt, it was canceled. Government shutdown, yeah. Floppy in here. We're gonna let it do its thing and then see if we can take a long. Target was gap fill. Step by step. We went up, manipulated higher. I took it off the 30-second inversion, targeting gap fill. As soon as I saw that there was a 5-point gap, I immediately knew that we have to fill that most likely before going higher. There's an 80% chance that we're gonna hit that level. 80% chance. And there's an 80, almost a 90% chance we hit it before 10:30. And I'm talking 80% chance in the first 30 minutes. So if you see that, you don't want to fade that narrative. Ever. Even if you are bullish. An 80% statistic, you know. I'm still bullish. It's just he's most likely gonna go to 7004 before being bullish. That's all. 30-30 going to all-time high. Yeah, YM always plays out our bias perfectly. How do you know those statistics? I coded it. I'm sharing like deep sauce here right now, man. Deep sauce, deep sauce. But anyway, we had execution issues, so it was frustrating. Anyways, BY. Q trading lower today, of course. $300 billion is not that much. I'm gonna let this sloppiness play out. Wait for the macro or 10 a.m. Sloppy in here. They need. I need to get my alpha account switched to Tradeovate ASAP. It would make my life literally, guys, 10 times easier. 10,000 times easier if I could just also copy trade alpha. Okay, we get a spike into the 4 hour there. Now we can maybe look for a long setup. Yeah, I'm on ES. I don't risk a lot. I'm not the right person to ask for that. I don't like to risk a lot. Nasdaq's better. Look how weak Nasdaq is in comparison. Yeah, wide upside 930. I mean, Nasdaq's being a little bit more aggressive. Gold. Maybe do something like this on gold if it breaks above. Possible. Kind of sideways. Hard to say. It's really sideways. I wouldn't even trade gold. If we can get something like this, I'll maybe take a long there to 945. There's no 10 a.m. news, guys. Nothing impactful, at least. CISD for a valid reversal. I couldn't take this inversion without breaking rules. 6 point stop, 6 and 5, 30, 30 times 5, 150. Probably do like a 5 micro trade today on S&P or 4 in scale. We'll start with 5. I'll be executing ES for a while. TikToker might be commenting, wait, what? You made $0 today. I don't understand. Yeah, TradingView is great. No, TradingView is great. Wealth charts, yo, that might be the worst platform ever, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's the one platform that I really would never want to use. If we could just spike and make a lower low. And YM looks great. The YM's almost at all-time highs. I mean, we just might need to take the next retraction on YM. 10-minute gap forming. 15. 15 gonna be too late. Might just have to take the next 10-minute gap on YM. The low here. Got an inversion on Q. Q inside the 4-hour gap. Yeah, I wouldn't fade like a lower low. I don't want a lower low really. Use trade of 8. Is it a YM day? Because YM just going to give us a wonderful protraction long from the 10-minute in 3 minutes? I would take this inversion. 30-second CISD on NASDAQ. I'll have to wait for closure, but I'll take it if we get it. I mean, all this, everything I need to see is there. Right? Entering the macro, low in the 4. ES more bullish. YM potential protraction. We could make a lower low. That's why I want to wait for closure here. Maybe wait for the 30-second CISD at least on NASDAQ. Because we still could get this. This will actually be a better setup. Also, YM hasn't traded down into the 5 yet. Maybe it's really bullish. Maybe watch this candle closely. You can always buy here with a stop here. It's a 9-point stop. All right, let's try it. Maybe it's early, but I'm gonna try it. In this case, we have to re-enter if we get stopped. If it comes back, stops us, moves higher, okay, I'll re-enter the trade. No big deal. But I do want to try this one. YM protraction as well. See if this gap stays open too. I just like the speed in that candle. That's 6. If we can get above org here, it should be easy. Like I said, if it comes back, stops us, okay, we'll just re-enter it if we get another break. Simple trade. It's like pretty 50-50 in my opinion, but I'm happy with that because obviously the risk to reward is really good. Buy sides here. Not seeing any speed right now. I like the gap that formed. I think we will trade back into the gap. Not a good sign, but I mean, we'll give it a chance. YM looks good. I should just take YM maybe. Hmm. Speed above org high here. If we get speed above here, then we're pretty set. Good, easy trade. Looks like NQ wants to make a lower low. I'm fine taking a loss here if I need to. If I need to look for a re-entry. Looks like it will make a lower low. Potentially. Otherwise, we find maybe supporting on the bottom of this. But it looks like we might make a lower low. Now, the good news is if we don't make a lower low and we get an expansion now, I can move my stop here and add a contract. That's good news. Otherwise, we have to wait for this low to get taken. Potentially look for a re-entry. Which is also fine. It's 950 macro now, so we'll see if we can really flip the switch. Start delivering. I don't like the way that candle formed, yeah. The candle trades up first, it's not ideal. I have to see at least get above org here. I don't like that it broke back down, so still not feeling too good about this trade. I don't want to cut it early. But not the best signatures thus far. We'll see if this can continue to expand and we can buy a contract here. We get to 708. I'll buy two more. Wow, immediate drop there. Likely gonna make a lower low here. So will take us out. Cancel the buy stop order. Stops at 699. So far getting edged. Could just take a half loss right now, but kind of holding on to this one. Maybe it's not a good thing, but we'll see. Like I could close for half loss right now, and then re-enter on a buy stop. Probably would have been the smarter thing to do. The bearish order block. Just the fact that we still respected this gap made me not want to close. It's like we'll get out here. That would have been really good management if I closed it right there. Yeah, I'm out on the accounts. I don't know why that didn't take us out. Okay, we're out there. We have to wait for this low to get taken now if I'm going to try again. So if the market comes down, takes the low, moves higher, or there's an SMT, the idea is I want to see that breaker, which would be here. That would be like A plus, even better than the next trade. Obviously, we could just be bearish today, but there's the low. Now, if we can get expansion higher and respect the 4-hour gap still, I can try another long at around the same price point, 7003. Another 4 contract trade. Be able to do 5 on that one. 10 times 5 is 50. 50 times 4, 200. Yeah, we can go 200 risk again. Put a buy stop 4 over there. It's lagging, but it's there. Zero, 0.375. So I'll leave my buy stop there for now. See, that would have been a good time to half close the trade. It's hard when you have so many different platforms open. I think YM will give a good long here too, if nothing forms on the with 10-minute fair value gap on YM. It's diving really. I'm gonna cancel the buy stop order. It's just diving really strong, lower, which is fine. Have to wait and see what's gonna happen. Taking out the video, break even. Is there any point where you consider to flip the buys? No. Monday low is still safe in my eyes. So any move lower is just a higher time frame retracement. We could come here, which I already said, before. I think that we could come into this gap. So if we want to do that, we can potentially do that. NQ's already there, so we were playing off that S&T. So if it wants to move into a really deep discount, I'll wait for that. But I don't think we're making I don't think the weekly candle is bearish, right? So that's the idea. Daily recaps? I don't remember doing daily recaps. We do recaps in boot camp now. You just do not so on TV. See me do asking on trade. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Is dollar pumping aggressively or something? Dollar's also kind of moving lower. It's more neutral. A little bit more bullish. Wait. We just wait. We're diving really deep. NQ is all the way back to NWAG. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that yesterday 10 a.m. low was gonna be taken here on ES. Wait for that. That's TP was upset. It's first time. Okay, present bullish bias. Patient will be tested here. So you just that's enough to average short for my continuation. If I was bearish after action on NQ. Yeah. Even YM looks like it might flip here. So we'll just have to wait. Yeah, it's been really large opening ranges. I think you just dumped 330 points off the open. What a pack was that? Thank you for answering the question about trade or any subscription you have to subscribe it. No, the free plan works. Free plan works. I'm just gonna have to be patient here. We'll wait and see what the market wants to do. We're not gonna force it force along. So we'll just wait. Currently flat on stocks as well. It is really bearish. Strong dump. Very strong dump. Already at previous stage low. That looks a little better. You lost my account because of me? Nah, it's because you're a bad trader, bro. Don't spam the chat, please. Just press buy and sell the whole time. You'll lose money then. Actually, up 23K? Oh, shit. On eval? No, I broke even the video. I mean, I'm down 160 bucks. How did you blow your account, bro? Where did you go wrong? I mean, the way this is going, it looks like we're going to be chopping for the rest of the month. Now, I don't know if we'll take Monday's lows, but it looks like we're going to chop. It looks like we're really, really bearish, but if you look at we're just trading right back into the same consolidation. Like we're just right back to the consolidation. It's a tough one to trust that one. We did hit previous day 50% or no? Probably on the Nasdaq. Yeah, definitely on the Nasdaq. Maybe. I mean, I won't take any reversal models, but maybe a protraction. Because if it's bullish, I mean, we have time. Otherwise, I mean, this could sell to Monday's low, but I wouldn't see why we're so bearish that we came all the way up here just to come back all the way down. Like, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I just see this as daily consolidation. Like, we're just choppy. So we pumped yesterday, therefore we dumped today. Probably some inside days coming. So we'll just have to wait and see. Almost at new week opening gap low. We'll just have to wait and see. You feel like if you don't lower your risk as soon as you have the opportunity, it'll be harder for you to keep it losing? No, not necessarily. I think I should have cut that loss. I a little bit held on. I got a little bit hopeful, you know. even though I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see. I should have cut that one for a half loss. Could take it for a half loss. 952 short ballot. If you're bearish, yeah. If he's gonna keep dumping, I don't know actually. It's pretty 50-50 for me. Expecting trend lines always, before whatever works for you, bro. No, no TPs. I wouldn't take any shorts here. Just have to wait. You might be cooked. Why, bro? There's nothing wrong with trend lines. If you want to trade trend lines, let him trade trend lines. Yeah, they canceled NFP. So the fact the government shutdown, the way I see it is like, okay, they shut down the government, which means we're gonna have less volatility, which makes sense that we're just gonna chop, right? Like it looks like we're bearish, but really we're just in the same range that we've been in for quite some time now. But we'll see. Yeah, government shut down again, man. The thing is, like, you probably don't want to take a long today. Like, unless we really start to reverse now around 10 a.m., you don't want to. You don't really want a long fading the 9:30 high. It's not ideal, statistically speaking. Um, you don't want to fade it. I mean, there's a 16% chance, basically. Yeah, you don't want to really like. You really don't want to take a reversal idea unless it really convinces you. Like like if we just right now just had the sweep inside the 4 hour and we get a strong break above this high within like 1 or 2 minutes, sure, maybe that will be the 16% chance, and it's good enough risk to reward to be profitable with that model. And I probably would execute that breaker because it'll give me opportunity to manage at least. It would have to be immediate though. There is SMT with YM as well. YM actually looks bullish, funny enough. So if we get a strong breaker here, I will take the trade. I'll take it de-risked. 13 points, 13 times 5, 60. I'll have to take it with 2 cons. I would try it though. Got to be a full breaker. And I'll be what, shorting into a 15? Yeah. Or longing into a 15? We'll see. We may get like immediately stopped, but that's why I'll enter with half risk. So 13 times 5 is like what? What's 14 times? So 70, 140. Yeah, I mean, we'll take it with 2 contracts. Risk 140. If it forms with the breaker in the next 1 or 2 minutes. There's SMT with YM. The deep discount, but I think it's worth the risk to reward too. Like even if there's only a 16% chance that this low is safe, it's probably like 20% chance with the being at 1008. The risk to reward is so good. So even if I only win one out of 5 of these trades, 1 out of 5, that's a 2.6 R, and we can build that trade up really well to potentially be more. So it's actually profitable, and we could go more than just 930 high. If we go 930, that's probably buy side. So we could probably build up like a 7-8 R position, even though the win rate of it is low. Just have to accept that it's low. Uh, yeah. We'll be shorting into the 5 minutes here at 984. We'll have to manage risk. We'll have to manage risk if I take this 15 minute. It is really bearish. It doesn't look like it's gonna form anyways. I'm also looking for YM. I want to see if YM gives me a protraction. Is it ever a protraction short on YM here if this fails? What happens here in the next couple of minutes is quite crucial. YM's about to offer a really nice 5-minute protraction short potentially. Now YM can get real choppy here, but let's see what happens in these next couple of minutes. I might actually take a YM short. A while since I took a trade on YM. Yeah, but that idea is not it. I think a YM short here might be the play. Issue is I don't know the risk. Let's start with 2 contracts and see what happens. Oh, of course it's lagging, bro. Oh. I'm gonna try the YM protraction short to 930 low. Really don't know how much you risk on YM. I'm gonna just short 5, and I think that should be fine. Okay, 5 contracts is like, yeah, we got like 150 risk. That's pretty good. You guys can't see this. Okay, we're trying the YM short to 930 sell side. If I lose this, I might just call it an early session. How am I in a short and I can't even see the candlesticks right now? Okay. The best case scenario, no TP, but like we're looking for sell side here, maybe more. Take the protraction short on YM. It's a 5-minute protraction model. Silver bullet protraction model, 5-minute bearish fair value gap. You use a really clean candle there on the 5-minute. Simple trade idea. Pretty simple trade idea. Just expecting it to follow its brothers. Put the stop here at 594. 595. We'll just watch it on the 5-minute. I mean, yo, today is the most laggy. Like, what is this? Back there. We got the 5-minute OB there, so see if it holds. I like to play. You can't really short Nasdaq and yes, but maybe YM wants to speed up lower here. And it goes below this low. It has room. So we'll see. Going up pretty strong right now. Lose this, I might just call it a day. A tough day. But Coming up pretty strong here. We should support this fair value gap. Maybe able to add a contract here if it breaks lower one more time. Didn't respect the bearish fair value gap. We may get stopped here. It did trade into the 15-minute bullish, but I was assuming that YM was gonna go with its counterparties. Looks like we were wrong about that idea. Yeah, we just got immediately burned. In hindsight, looks like the YM long is gonna play, but that won't be a trade for me. Trade for me, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's probably gonna call it there, unless they all start pivoting higher, which I see that happening. Maybe we'll just wait until 10:50 and just go from there. Open up the S&P chart, see what's happening. Yeah, I mean, ES made lower lows. Maybe YMs are doing its own thing today. We'll just wait and see. YM will probably deliver higher. It looks like YM is just gonna do its own thing today, regardless of what NQ and ES does. Just looking at the 15-minute fair value gap now. For example. But we'll see. I don't want a long YM in case it goes sideways instead of like YM could just go sideways here. But we're just gonna wait. I don't think we're gonna get a reversal. I don't really have any more targets lower. May just be a losing day. I don't really see much opportunity anymore. Just gonna have to wait. ES did not have any break hard. We'll wait for longs. Yeah, it's really a low probable statistical loss for like. There's not likely to be a reversal. It's a very low probability chance, statistically speaking. It's like even if we were to go all the way back up and take the high, it would be like a 90%, 15% chance, which is pretty low. 5-minute high on NQ 948. I would look for a continuation short. Me personally, if I had to look for something, it would be a continuation short. It's gonna be a losing day for me today, most likely, unless we got a really clear narrative, depict the picture or something. Yeah, you could look for a retracement. Retracement long idea. That's not my style. I think we will continue lower. Price will induce the buyers like once thinking about longs and chat and then sweep lower. We will continue lower. Price will induce. Yeah, something like that. The issue is where though. Like where are we going? Where is lower? How much lower can we really go? You don't really like. There's no target just because we're inside of the gap. I mean, there's sell side here, 930 low potentially from yesterday. That's the blue line. I think Nasdaq already made it there. Yeah, so Nasdaq already took out that RTH low. So hard to know. Harris Ahmed, I don't know who that is. ICT's video yesterday was really helpful today. Dollar is looking lower. I think dollar is more just sideways, if I'm being honest. Try the YM long. If YM gets another order block here, I may try it, but while these two retrace and YM can take buy side, maybe. Like the last side thing I'm willing to try. I think I was completely wrong about. I mean, it was a good idea, but now I may try the YM long. I actually might try it. Like, I think subjectively, regardless of win or lose, we hit the 50-minute gap. We broke higher. I'm about to get a second stage protraction model, which is one of my favorites for risk to reward purposes. To the buy side, if the entry's at the high, 2.7 hour entry at the body. Got a form though. How much I risk per trade if I'm trying to pass that 50K fund? It depends how many you can afford per month. Right? If you can afford 20 accounts per month, full port them. If you can afford one account per month, risk like 250 max. That's my best case scenario for the rest of AM as well. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at this. I think we can retrace maybe. YM wants to take the highs potentially. Or it's just not clear. Is there a 50-minute bearish on YM as well? No. YM actually looks pretty bearish. I don't know. Even YM looks 50-50 in my opinion. I have no clear bias. I really don't see myself taking a trade here. Continuation short, potentially. Again, I don't really have a target. Long at 946? I took that long. 946? I mean, maybe 947, but I don't think it's a bad long, personally. Good shit, man. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If YM was bullish, it would have probably broke above the high by now. I say that, and we're getting a pretty strong candle, so we'll see. I think YM's just gonna go sideways, and the other two maybe a little bit lower after some time. Blue box is a 4 hour gap. YM all time highs is close, like it's right there. We're not far at all. It's 0.6%, and from the buy side today, it's only 0.2. So it's just hard to frame a YM long. I really need to switch my alpha accounts to Tradeovate like ASAP. ASAP, ASAP, because I can't keep switching tabs. It's awful. It's really, really awful. Um, it's like it's ruining all my executions. I gotta just sync everything to the trade copier. How much should I risk if I'm trying to pass a 50K funded? Again, depend. I already answered your question. It depends how many accounts you can afford per month. If you can only afford one account per month, you gotta risk a little, right? If you can afford 5, 6 accounts per month, okay, risk 500, maybe 1,000, right? I mean, yeah. There's really no target, so like we could. I don't want to take a long because I don't trust in the reversal that much anymore. Yeah. What's the timing on that? 10:25. That's like a 15% chance. Maybe 20. Strong candle. I am made a higher high. The 15-minute gap above us. I would probably want to fade that short, that long. Unless you just like take it with low risk and then manage aggressively. Like say you buy the breaker, stop here, whatever your target's there, and then you'll probably get at least one stop move, I would say. I am bullish for value gap right now. Yeah, yeah. Nothing clear. Nothing clear for me, if I'm being honest. Yeah, nothing clear for me. I'm being straight up. I don't know if this is a retracement, potential reversal. YM's gonna chop, take out all time. The only thing I think is clear to me right now is YM looks like it's still bullish and wants to take out the high here. That's like really the only thing I see that kind of makes sense. Um, Nothing else really makes sense. Is it just me or has it been hard to trade? Your face covering YM? No, I mean no, it's been pretty good for me recently. Today was a little bit tough, but you're short. If you followed your model and you manage risk, then good job, bro. Yeah, I think it's good. I don't see anything clear. We're probably just gonna wait. Yeah, you followed. There you go, brother. You don't need me. You don't need me to tell you. This is like pretty slow for reversal. I think it's likely a retracement. How many trades you took, Gaddy? Sorry to hop on. How many trades I take? I don't remember. Three trades. Three trades for me today. We had the one. Really, that one should have been a winner, but it was an error. Um, yeah, this retraction model. If we get an inversion here, like it wouldn't even be valid. And I say that because like there's no. It's not from a valid level, so I don't even know where it can go, really. But looks like it'll probably form. I don't know. I don't even want to give you guys a narrative. I have no clear narrative. I trade in Calgary, but there's no broker available in Calgary. Of course there is, brother. Use interactive brokers. That's what I use. Um, YM longs, no. I think YM might go choppy. YM longs was actually not a good trade for me to take because there was no intermarket analysis at the time. You know. Hey, do that trading. Yeah, you can use interactive brokers. Wait for the edges gang when it's complicated. Yeah, this market make you doubt yourself. Trauma? No, it's not trauma, brother. You cannot feel trauma in times like this, brother. You gotta stay calm. Right? The outcomes, they don't matter in the long run. It's all about risk management. It's tough. The daily chart is going sideways. It's tough, you know. Be straight up. Daily chart is tough. Daily chart's just going sideways, right? Think clear. I don't see any clear narrative. I think we might be done for the day, really. How much am I down? Yeah, I don't even think I want to trade PM session. We're down, yeah. I'm just under 2R. You know, we had the mishap on the first trade. Should have been a winner, but I gotta get. Listen, I'm honestly thinking about full porting my Alpha Futures accounts because they won't switch them to Tradeovate for me until February 28th. And I can't sync them to my trade copier. And when I'm trying to get precise execution, I'm not able to get it. I'm simply just not able to get the fills that I'm looking to get. So it's frustrating, really. It's frustrating. Like I want to be able to get the same execution across all my accounts. Want an next grade up, great profit. So we may have to start copying some trade debate accounts with Alpha Futures. Switch, really. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, if you took a no trade, pretty easy day. I mean, yeah, if you were bullish, I mean, to be honest, there wasn't really that many setups that were really like this one. You have to fade. That's pretty much the only one, right? Everything else was like not really bullish confirmation. You could argue something now, but it's pretty weak now. Like if we were bullish, this is not what we would be seeing right now, right? Will we be continuing to do daily recaps? We did a couple 2 weeks ago. You mean like trade recaps? Or you mean on TikTok or something? 1050? Yeah, I don't have a target. It trades a good coverage for Apex Fund. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. If I have a project that comes with Alpha, should I reset them and switch to Tradeovate? No, no. I mean, if you only have the one firm, you're fine. Um, no, I wasn't able to close profit on the first trade. I wasn't able to close profit. It was break even. We ended up breaking even. Like I was able to close on my live account, but by the time I switched to my others, I wasn't able to take anything off. The trading view was like fully malfunctioning at the time. Um, so we just need to make the switch, really. Which profit? My advice? Alpha Futures. Can you tell me the broker you use? It's called Interactive Brokers. I'm in a situation where I rewatch ICT videos and I feel like I'm wasting my time. Stop watching them, bro. Yeah, ideally PO3 says lower, but with all-time high, it's tough to short. You're right, Angel. I'm gonna tell you why it's difficult, right? It's because we're neutral on the higher time frame daily chart right now, right? That's why. You're right. Daily Power 3 says lower, and I would not look to be a long. I would not look for any more longs today, personally, unless it's a retracement idea. But again, the reason it's so difficult is because there's no clear weekly Power of 3, because there's no clear daily chart order flow. We're just sideways on the daily chart. So we get an aggressive pump yesterday. Now we get an aggressive dump today. And it looks like we're bearish, but really, I'm going to show you the weekly candle. You ready? It's just super 50-50. So there's no clear one-sided direction, right? We literally opened, we went down, we went up. Now we're back to where we started, 50-50. If you look at the NASDAQ, it's a little bit more bearish side because we're already below the opening price. But do you get what I'm saying? It's quite literally just sideways. Now YM looks bullish, so you could argue a very good long on YM or something, but that's different. Different story. So in my opinion, we're just simply neutral on the higher time frame now. I'm probably going to be neutral the rest of the week. So what does that mean? Unless we get really clear, although Monday, in my opinion, was really clear, I'm probably neutral the rest of the week. Um, I'm gonna be neutral the rest of the week. Yeah, I wanted to take longs today. I thought we had a weekly power 3 on the bullish side, but I think we're more neutral. So that's okay. Wrong bias today. Wrong targets. I do have to disagree when you started understanding him. Shorts are still in favor. No higher displacement. Should have waited on that fake turtle soup. Yeah, I still think shorts are in favor too. Um, so I think going forward for me and my accounts, we gotta not full porting, but we might have to take the alpha accounts and be really aggressive on them, like really aggressive on them. When neutral, how trade the market. That's what we're gonna talk about today in boot camp. So hopefully you can make it. How do you trade the daily power 3 when we're neutral? Right. I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how I trade it. February started really good. Yeah, Monday was pretty clear, but I think now that the government shut down, I think it just fits perfectly. I mean, the government shut down. We've literally taken away volatility. There's obviously not going to be a lot of participation when the government is shut down, right? So it all makes sense. Buy for tomorrow. It's probably going to be neutral for the entire week. So that means if we get an extreme move, the way you would trade it ideally is intraday. When we get an extreme move lower, you're going to look for an extreme move higher, you know? So that's the idea, right? That's the idea. Yeah. That's it, because you're not expecting any continuation, like strong. Yo, good shit, good shit, JP. I could see the first move down to it from first one. Yeah, I mean, looking at it now, looks pretty clean, right? I mean, once we got the break and the CISD with the inversion, 15 minutes Sibi. I saw the first short here too. It is what it is, though. What it is. What it is. What it is. What it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can go in and out. It's just you may have to wait. You may have to wait until like you gotta wait for your payout date, right? You record and post all of them? Yes, I do. Yep, we do a call every day. Today we'll probably do an early call, 11 a.m. I don't see myself saying do a bootcamp call 11 a.m. See if anyone's on. Hopefully nobody got too burned today. Early call. I got a head start on my coding today and stuff. I did take one short today, but honestly, my performance wasn't the best today. I'm not gonna try to reflect on it now, because I feel like I'm a little bit biased. Like I feel like when I come back 30 minutes, I'll be able to more clearly see standard deviation. It depends what you're measuring. People always ask me this question. There's no one size fits all. Standard deviations, it needs to make sense, right? If you're expecting a continuation and you get a retracement from here to here, okay, you'd want to look for a measured move of 1. It's not actually a standard deviation. It's a measured move, right? To 1. If you're expecting a move below this low and that's your retracement leg, you can expect 1, right? Now, if this is a manipulation leg, you'd want to see at least 2 times that, right? So if you have a target that's logical and -2 is below, or sorry, above that target, that's a really good sign. because 2 times the manipulation leg already makes sense. So if your target, which makes sense, is less than that, it means your target is very approachable. Let's say hypothetically, like, let's just say hypothetically, -2 was like here. Then this target makes almost no sense, because you got to get to 5 deviations of your manipulation, below the opening price. So you really have to get a strong expansion. But if -2 is here and your target's here, well, that's perfect, right? It makes perfect sense that we can reach that because it's under -2. But that's for a PO3 distribution idea. ICT commented that we should be content with enough. Of course. Just wanted to thank you for your sharing your insights. And I'm at 15 positive days straight. Nice, bro. Well done. Congratulations. Caught up in the consolidation. Tough one. And then out trade to fuck with the 40%. No, don't worry about the 40% because like you'll most likely be fine with that. Worst case, you have to make a little bit of money. Yeah, man. Yo, when ICT used to first teach, bro, it was just OTE. He used nothing else. Literally, for stop loss, take profit, entry, always OTE, bro. Now, okay, I lied. He kind of paired it with like order blocks, but how do you lock your account if you need to? You just click X on the tab, close the chart, wait for market to close, and then come back and do your study. God, I remember you from last year. Were you when you were sick? Do you remember how you been? I've been good, bro. Appreciate you asking. Yeah, actually, I did get sick when I was trying to fast. It was not easy. I appreciate you asking, bro. I like how even when you take losses, you don't go in there again or like let it change your mood. I mean, today was a tough day. I was offside, so I was expecting a clear. If today was bullish, it would have been a lot easier for me. We weren't, so next time you'll be onside. The reason it's easy for me is because I'm just comfortable with what I lose. This was a part of the plan for today. So as long as I don't take another loss now, it's fine, easy. That's literally all I have to do is not take another loss. Yeah, I lost on longs and shorts. Unfortunately, I actually think the YM short was pretty good, but I don't know. I'll have to review that one later. The YM short, in my opinion, was actually good because it makes perfect sense that these two consolidate while YM continues. And the high here is set at 941, so it's unlikely to be taken if we are going to be bearish. It looks like YM just manipulated us out, which is fine. It happens, right? Our stop was here. We got stopped here. And then, so I actually like the YM trade. What do you think about new video from ICT? He took the same trade you did. I did as well as ICT did not move his stop, but I did not catch the whole move. What do you think about it? You talking about the first short, and he just posted it right now? He shorted today? That would be very interesting for me, in my opinion. Or are you talking about another trade that we took together? Oh, the long from yesterday? Yeah. What do I think about it? Yeah, it was a good long. I would take it again. Take it again, better you than me. Can you show us the trades you took? Yeah, you want to do... let's make a pretty transparent trade recap here. Let me just set it up to make sure it'll show all the trades I took. Took a total of 3 trades. Okay. Good thing I didn't jump in long here on YM. I was going to. YM, yes. We'll show executions. No, yes, H. Okay, let's talk about the trades I took today. All right, so today we're down 2R, meaning I hit my personal daily loss limit. I don't like losing more than 2R in one day. So let's break down the trades I took. Now, initially, I took a short here off the 30-second chart. And you know what? I actually really like this short. There was a little bit of a malfunction. And by malfunction, I mean I had too much going on too quickly. And I wasn't able to close any profits on this trade. But it was a really good trade. So at the end of the day, it was a break even. But I do think I should have been able to catch the winner here. So we'll have to work on that for sure. Aside from that, I was actually bullish going into the day. I expected this move lower, and I entered long off this inversion with a 30-second CISD on the NASDAQ, anticipating for us to reverse above this high. If we were going to do so, this was the right trade. getting that low at this specific time is the right context and narrative. But obviously, we were not going to be bullish today, so we got burned. I probably could have cut this trade with early risk right here. I hesitated. I was getting hopeful when the trade was not looking good, so that was a mistake, which is something I'm going to be journaling on. And at that point, there was no long setups. My bullish bias was killed, and I ended up taking a short on the Dow Jones, which also got me stopped out. So Dow Jones, pretty simple trade idea right here. We had the 5-minute bearish fair value gap right here. That blue box, we displaced away from it. I shorted, targeting this low with a stop loss here. We got burned. I was expecting YM to follow NQ and ES lower. Instead, it kind of went a little bit choppy, manipulated. Now it may break lower potentially, but I'm not going to try it again in case it wants to stay sloppy. Also, I'm down to R, which is my most I want to lose in one day. So I'm pretty content. It's only minus 2R. It's not the biggest deal. I'm happy to walk away with a minus 2R loss, especially when, we were offside today and I was looking for longs. And then once I did flip my bias well, I executed the asset that had a potential to run sell side. Didn't play out in my favor. So it is what it is. It happens. We'll come back next time and stay safe. Peace. That was a W trade recap, right? That was W. I shorted twice. That's actually kind of funny. I shorted twice, but it doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is go for like a max payout on alpha and just be super aggressive. Shoot, is it 11? No, it's 10:47. I'm going to have to just shoot for him because I can't keep switching tabs. I can't. When I have my live account on my phone that I'm trying to get good executions on, and I have... What do I do when I feel overwhelmed? Good question, bro. Good question. I actually had I had a day the other day. A day the other day where I actually did feel really overwhelmed. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, this is fucking tough. You gotta take days off. It's the same thing. Every pro says the same thing. You gotta have some days off. You need, like, mental health is more important than anything because you cannot even grind successfully if your mental health is cooked. You need to be in a stable state. Took 3 trades today. 2 shorts, 1 long, and we're down 2R. Isn't that funny? Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? Can you explain the PO3 of every candle open? You trying to get straight sauce into my model? There's an edge. There's an edge in the marketplace that is going to be there forever. Okay? You guys can code it yourself. I'm going to drop the sauce and I'm going to end the live stream. There is an edge in every single candle open, specifically in regular trading hours. So 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30. There is an edge. It's a very simple edge. If the market is likely to go higher and we get a move below the opening price and a break, that's the edge. It's more likely at this point in time to go up than down. If we have a target lower, the market is bearish, and we get a move above the opening price and a break, at this point in time, in this pattern, every single time, there's a higher chance that it's going to continue lower than go higher. If you have the correct bias, the edge increases. If you have the right target, your edge increases. If you have good risk to reward, your edge increases. If you have confluences, your edge increases. If you have statistics, for example, the timing in which this low gets put in, you have the percentage increases. This is your base. This is my base model for any single setup. What makes it a really good setup? When you have things stacking in your favor in probability. The time in which we form this low. The speed in which we get the displacement. The level at which we form this low. Right? The confirmation from that level. The intermarket analysis supporting the trade. The overall higher time frame bias. Right? All these things add probability to the trade. This is an edge on itself. If you pair this with good risk to reward, good stop loss placement, good risk management, and other confluences, you get a really high probability model, right? Every 30 minutes after 9:30, the same signature. Repeat. Repeat every time. So if I was bearish, I would look for a short right now. I really have no targets. Like, I'm being honest. I actually really do like a short right now. 1050 macro protraction. This looks like the most fake suspect rally that I've ever seen. I have no targets. Did ES take the RTH low? Yeah, it did. I have no targets. I have no targets. We could literally reverse from here. It's rare, but it's possible. I have no targets, unfortunately, because we took the RTH sell side. That would have been my last target for the day. We took the RTH. We left equal lows here, and I never knew. Never knew this. I have no targets, guys. If I was trading this, I would probably look for a protraction long, and it's a retracement idea. Just because I think we've done a lot of work lower, and I don't think we're bullish. I don't think we're gonna go up here, but I don't think we're gonna continuously expand lower. So if we get like an inversion here or something, that's what I would want to take personally. And if it just wants to go lower, I would just let it, because there's literally no targets. I don't see a high probability narrative for continuation shorts. I would just let it go. I just realized I didn't even look at ES. One sec. Wait, before I give any narrative. We never took the RTH sell side on ES. I take it back. I would look for continuation shorts towards the RTH sell side here on the S&P 500. I thought that level was taken. It was not taken. So you could literally, I mean, I'm not going to take this trade, and I'm not telling anyone to take this trade. But hypothetically speaking, this is my model. This is your move above 1030 open, and you can, it's a 3-hour trade actually. It's a really good trade setup. I ain't gonna lie. It's a real good trade setup. But again, I'm done. I really don't want to lose more than 2 risk to reward, so. YM also looks bearish. This looks like it's probably gonna play. YM also looks bearish. I'll tape read this though. 942. I will tape read. I just simply can't afford to lose again, right? It'll be too much loss in one day for me. Something I'm not comfortable holding. Simply watch. I would target 941 on S&P, but like I said, I'm not taking this trade, and it looks like it already may fail. But it only depends if we make a higher high. Hypothetically speaking, if the next candle displaces lower, you could move your stop here, add a contract. You only have one account on TikTok? Yes. Gatie the Yaddy. Yeah, this could also be a protraction long if you're bullish. You have an Australian friend? No. There's so many people following you. Their name? Yeah, sorry, they're scammers. Please don't get scammed by them. Oh, is it 11 yet? No, we almost have boot camp call, so I gotta in here. Well, this is what I'll leave you guys with. Last tape read. No, we're not trading this. I'm done for the day. This is a tape read. I think it can play out, especially if we get an inversion now or an order block here. then I really think it can play out. Alternatively, we're currently forming. We're currently forming a 1 hour fair value gap. It's going to form in 4 minutes. So if this setup fails, what I would anticipate is a retracement into this 4 hour, right? The next candle, not this candle, the next one would go something like this and then potentially continue lower. Whoops. So that's going to form in 3 minutes. I don't know if it's going to play or not. I won't be trading it, but it looks like that setup failed. So I would wait for the 4 hour now, or the 1 hour, sorry, and just go from there. Yeah, see, it's a good thing we didn't take that trade, right? Because we can't afford those kind of losses. We really can't. Or just a 30-minute gap in here. Yeah, too. Actually, I never saw that 30-minute gap. That's what happens when you're not looking for it, right? You miss it. So, anyways, that's it for me. We're still bullish. I disagree, but if you're bullish, take a trade. I just finished 2024 mentorship. Should I start with 2025 or repeat 2023? I love 2023 personally, so I would just do that. Anyways, appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. Minus 2R today, so it is what it is. But I will see you guys live tomorrow. No, hey, but when I see your trades, they're always break even. Yeah, I mean that's just not true at all. I have way more winners and way more losers than break evens. So you're probably just not looking at them correctly, but it's okay. Daily routine. Boot camp. We're gonna call boot camp call at 11, and then into gym day for me, pull day. So boot camp, journal, gym. You are scared, bro. Fix that. Friendly reminder. I mean, I would disagree, but it's okay. We'll never tell anyone my OTE strategy. Grr. All right, let's get a boot camp call going. Appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. I'll see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. Stay safe. Till next time. And last thing I'll say is, whether it's a 30-minute gap or the hourly, that's what I would personally wait for. Something like this. Whether it's a 30-minute or the hourly. And I wouldn't take it, and I'm not taking it, but that's what I personally think can happen. So I'm just going to put that out there. Until next time, stay safe.